Hello, we are watching the news broadcast daily and following today's headlines.
Party Center Committee's 7th conference wraps up in Hanoi. Communist Party of Vietnam and Social Democratic Party of Germany hold third dialogue. High employment rate among young people in Vietnam.
The 7th conference of the Communist Party of Vietnam's Central Committee wrapped up in Hanoi on May 11th after 10-day sitting.
During the conference, the Central Committee considered and gave instructions to a number of issues, including the continued renovation and perfection of the political system, reforming and enhancing the party leadership in mass mobilization, and the amendments to the 1992 Constitution. It also reviewed the one-year implementation of the resolution on party building issued at the committee's 4th conference and discussed personnel planning for strategic level positions and measures to actively cope with climate change and step up the protection of natural resources and the environment, as well as a number of other important issues. Addressing the closing session, Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng said the committee stressed that the renovation and consolidation of the political system is a great, important and complicated work, which must be done at the same time with the learning from experience. The conference agreed that it's very necessary for the committee to discuss and issue a resolution on strengthening and renovating the party leadership in mass mobilization in the current situation. The committee requested that in the coming time, the work should continue to be stepped up from center to grassroots levels in order to build an apparatus that is synchronous, orderly, stable, and suitable to its functions and duties. As for the draft amendments to the 1992 Constitution, the committee welcomed and thanked compatriots and soldiers across the country and overseas Vietnamese for their enthusiastic participation in contributing ideas to the draft over the past time. The committee reckoned that climate change adaptation, natural resources management, and environmental protection are three extremely important areas and are closely associated with each other. Mentioning personnel planning for strategic level positions, Trọng said the Central Committee gave comments on personnel selection principles, criteria and methods, the number of candidates for each position, age structure, gender and personnel background, as well as personnel options for the Central Committee, Politburo, Secretariat and key parties and state positions for the 2016-2021 tenure and following tenures. At the conference, the Party Central Committee elected additionally 2 of its members to the Politburo, including Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Thiện Nhân and National Assembly Vice Chairwoman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân. Trần Quốc Vượng, head of the Party Central Committee office, was also added to the committee's secretariat.
The Communist Party of Vietnam and the Social Democratic Party of Germany held their 3rd dialogue on May 10th in Hanoi. The event focused on challenges facing sustainable social welfare policies for people of both Vietnam and Germany and solutions to the issues.
Hoàng Bình Quân, member of the Party Central Committee and head of its Commission for External Relations, led the Vietnamese delegation, while the German delegation was headed by Edgar Buhlmann, member of the German Parliament and its Committee on Foreign Affairs. Addressing the 2-day event, both Quân and Buhlmann expressed their belief that the dialogue will contribute to further deepening the sound friendship and cooperation between the two parties, while specifying the strategic partnership between the two countries. Both host and guests agreed that this year's dialogue theme has significant and practical meaning as the two countries are exerting efforts to ease the impacts of the global financial recession and economic crisis on the economies and social welfare conditions of both countries. The dialogue enables both parties to learn from each other's experience to promote sustainable development in each country, they said.
Vietnam News Agency General Director Nguyễn Đức Lợi has asked chiefs of Vietnamese representative offices abroad to closely work with the agency's correspondents and create favorable conditions for them to fulfill their tasks.
Lợi made the statement at the May 10th working session with newly accredited ambassadors and consul generals who are about to leave the country for their overseas missions. Vietnam News Agency wishes to continue receiving effective cooperation from Vietnamese representative offices that supply information in countries where the agency had just to establish bureaus, Lợi said. He called on the diplomats to assist the agency's bureaus abroad in promoting its foreign news service. Vietnam News Agency has over 2,300 employees and a range of products such as printed newspapers, e-newspapers, and the VNews television channel. The agency has established relationships with 40 partners across the world, looking towards a multimedia communication network. Apart from 63 bureaus in cities and provinces nationwide, it has set up 30 bureaus overseas. Vietnamese ambassador to Canada Tô Anh Dũng said he highly values the strengths and performance of the National News Agency over the past time, especially its foreign news service. The chief representative said they are willing to partner with the agency in objecting erroneous information about Vietnam published in foreign newspapers, while increasing information on the relationships Vietnam has with other countries.
Unemployment rate among young people in Vietnam is more than 3 times higher than the adult rate, the International Labour Organization said in its recent report.
According to the report, the Global Employment Chance for Youth 2013, nearly half of the unemployed in the country last year are between 15 and 24 of age. But youth unemployment is only the peak of iceberg. 4 million or over 53% of young people are in vulnerable employment. They are self-employed or work as contributing family workers, which are typically low productivity jobs with meager income, poor working conditions and lack of social protection, says the report. The ongoing reform of education and training system is key to tap the talent, energy and creativity of young women and men and support a dynamic development process. According to the International Labour Organization Vietnam Director Yogi Siraski, Vietnam's youth employment challenges can be tackled without promoting structural change to unleash growth, macroeconomic policies and fiscal incentives that support employment and stronger aggregate demand, improve access to finance and increase productive investment.
As many as 263 photos featuring the beauty of Vietnam's land and people are being showcased at the 26th National Art Photography Exhibition in the northern city of Hai Phong.
The exhibition that opened on May 11th is part of activities to celebrate 2013 Red River Delta Hai Phong National Tourism Year. The exhibit selected from 7,000 entries of professional and amateur photographers nationwide, portray outstanding features of Vietnam during its national construction and defense, the country's achievements during the industrialization and modernization, its natural landscapes, as well as local people's daily lives. The works reflect all fields of the social life, including politics, economics, cultural education, security defense, and external affairs, as well as feature the real and diverse lives of Vietnamese ethnic groups across the nation. The event will open to visitors until May 17th. Earlier on May 10th, the Red River Delta Open Tourism Fair and the book exhibition will launch in Hai Phong City. At the fair, there are more than 190 booths featuring tourism services in 20 cities and provinces across the country. Meanwhile, the book exhibition showcases 1,250 publications, including books, newspapers, pictures, photos and maps, which reflect the process of formation and development of the land and people in the Red River Delta.
And that is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.